Hey guys, hello and welcome back to our channel Goel Classes. Welcome to the another episode of College Review video. So today I have with me Mr. Kabir Arora, who is currently in his senior year at Shiv Nadar University. And today we'll be having a short interaction with him, and he'll tell about his experience at Shiv Nadar University. So hi Kabir, hello and welcome to our channel.
Hi Isha, thank you
Um,
so much for
yeah.
having me.
So how are
So
you?
I'm good, wonderful. Thanks for calling me. How are you?
I'm fine. That's great. First of all, I would like to know about your background, like your experience and something about you.
I'm I'm a student of CSE in my fourth year, and I hail from Noida, and I come from Somerville School, Noida, and I joined SNU in 2017, and it's been a phenomenal ride. And I'll explain in detail why I joined SNU, why I joined CSE. But for my background, I took CS in 11th and 12th, and I just took it for fun because at that time they used to have AC only in the CS labs, nowhere else in school. That was a big motivation for me. But I really enjoyed it, okay, because I enjoy thinking logically, building upon that logic, writing some program to solve some sort of a problem, things like that. And in my college life, I've worked upon projects. But the big thing that I feel in my background, which I don't really speak about too much, is that I'm not such a very studious person. I enjoy playing and enjoy sports a whole lot. So I take some time out for studies, but like I play tennis, I like to play golf, I like to play squash. So if I give my background, then those things are very important for me too. And that's something that I've really found at SNU.
That's great. So all in all, it's a wonderful journey till now at SNU.
Yes, complete journey, wonderful journey.
That's great. So how did SNU happen? Like how do you got to know about SNU?
So I got to know about SNU from a family friend, and before that, I had no idea about this university. In fact, I didn't even know who Mr. Shivnadar was. I was
Oh,
so unaware. So this was when I was back in class 10 or class 11, not sure. Then in class 12th, our school was invited by SNU to an open house organized by the School of Natural Sciences sometime in November 2016, I believe. So I visited the campus and I was completely blown away. I mean, I'd seen some colleges near my home. I'd seen pictures. I'd even been to IIT Delhi just for, I think, some tennis tournament or something. But coming to SNU was a different experience altogether. And the thing which really stood out, of course, I wouldn't get to know what the faculty was like, what the teachers
yeah.
were like, but what really stood out was the campus infrastructure and facilities. I mean, there are massive laboratories. There's a big indoor sports complex. The hostels are amazing, and the dining halls have great food in them. There's so much variety. So it was just like uh, the you see in movies and TV shows, right? The foreign universities. So it
Yeah,
just seemed
yeah,
something out of that. So I just decided this is where I want to come. And the interesting thing is at that time I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to
yeah.
come to SNU.
That's great. And so my next question is that why did you really chose CSE apart from being AC in the labs?
So yeah, in 11th and 12th that was the reason, but while coming to college didn't decide on the basis of AC. So but I was unsure, right? I was unsure as to whether I should choose mechanical engineering or I should choose computer science and engineering. I even considered maths. But then the good thing about SNU is that they allow you to shift majors, right? They allow you to change after 1 year. I've heard of people going from CSE to sociology and things like that.
Yeah,
So I just decided that I've done CS for 2 years in school. Let me just continue with it, see how it goes. And if I want to change majors, then it's easier to shift from CSE to something else rather than trying to shift to CSE because there's a lot more demand for it.
okay. Uh,
And if I
that's
may add, mechanical engineering has no girls, so that's right. I didn't want to go there.
oh, that's a pretty good reason. That's nice. So, moving forward, what all branches are offered at SNU in BTech?
In BTech, I believe there are 6 branches. There's computer science, ECE, electronics and communication, electronics and electrical engineering, there's mechanical, there's chemical, and there's civil. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
And the good part is that they have very strict batch restriction. I don't think they take more than 75 or 100 students per major. And that's really good because you get personal attention.
Yeah,
In our batch, for example, you have just 54 people in CSE, and compared to other private colleges where you have 500 students
yeah,
in a class, is just an amazing teacher-student ratio that we have here.
that's yeah. So like every there will be a good student-teacher interaction if there are less number of people
Yes,
in a class.
yes. You get a
Yeah,
personal connect. You get to know teachers personally. They know you personally, so it makes a big difference.
yeah. And so is everyone wants to take up CSE because they have huge placements and all those due to all those obvious reasons. So
Right,
what do you think like if someone doesn't get CSE?
right.
So what should be the other alternative for that person? Like maybe due to some reasons, due to less marks and JE or boards,
Okay.
if they're not able to get CSE. So what do you
So
think can
see,
be?
if you're not, if someone is really inclined towards CSE,
Yeah,
and in that case he or she is not able to get CSE, so in that case there is no point trying to settle for some other branch and saying that okay, I'll do mechanical engineering or I'll do electronics and communication engineering for a year and try and shift to CSE. If you're actually very interested in CS, then I would advise against that. I would say go to some other place, take a drop. If you really want CSE, then work for it. But if you want CSE just for the package, just for
yeah,
getting a big salary paycheck, then in that case, you're in it for the wrong reasons to begin with. You probably need to have some interest. And if you're just looking for the salary, then might as well just take any branch and you can try and shift to CSE after 1 year. And ECE is very closely related to CS, and there are you can do some electives there. And I have some friends. Incidentally, one of them is also working with me in Goldman Sachs, and she was in EC for her first year, and then she scored well, and she was able to shift to CSE. So that happens at SNU. I don't know if it happens at other places. So that's possible. And a lot of ECE people do go into software jobs even after doing
yeah,
4 years of ECE without having much of software engineering background. They just do electives along 4 years.
yeah. Oh. So
But
yeah,
I would say try taking the circuit branches.
okay.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good advice. So as you said that if someone is not getting CSE, then you will advise him or her to not settle for any other branch, but instead try for some other college. So, what do you think that the ranking of the college or the college should be a preference, or the brand like the branch should be the preference? Like if you are getting
Okay.
CSE in some lower rank college and if you are getting EC in a good college, so what should a student choose? Like it's uh,
Yeah, so that's a multi-billion dollar question, and there's no one answer to that. It really
yeah,
depends on your choice. In my case,
yeah,
for example, like I mentioned, I wasn't sold on the idea of CSE entirely,
yeah,
but I was sold on the idea of SNU completely. So I wanted to come
yeah,
here, and then I had a
okay,
choice because I had decent marks. I had a choice of doing whatever
yeah,
major I wanted to. Also because 4 years ago it was a lot easier to get admission here.
yeah,
But uh, in case you have a strong college preference, then
okay,
what happens is if you're in a place where you're happy, then you're
yeah,
able to do well in whatever branch you take. Because I've seen people who are in
yeah,
CSE
that's
who've come here not because they wanted to, but because for some reason someone told them to come here, or because they felt
yeah,
that they had no other choice, or whatever reason that they're not happy, they're not doing well. On the other hand, there are some people who come here out of choice, are in say Tripoli, and they're very
yeah,
happy, they're doing what they like, they're in a place that they enjoy being in. So, in case you have a particular liking towards a college, then maybe stick to that college and see if you can get something other than CSE if you're not able to get CSE. But in
okay,
case you're really up into programming, you're really into
yeah,
coding, and you want to do CSE, then don't come just with the hope that you'll be able to shift for sure. If you're good, then you'll
yeah.
probably be able to, but that's not guaranteed, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So,
You
yeah.
might not. be able to switch branch after first year.
Yes,
Then
yeah,
you'll left with no option. Then you'll have to continue with something you don't
yeah,
really like. Yeah.
yeah. There
So
have been cases of
yeah.
that as well. There are some people who
Okay.
came in with the expectation or the hope that they'll be able to shift, but they were
Yeah.
never able to, and they were left in sort of like a limbo, and that's a problem then.
Yeah. So that's first of all we'll start about talking about faculty. So how do you find the faculty at SMU?
Just CSE or faculty in general?
Um, just first, yeah, because you're in CSE, so first you can share about CSE and then we
Okay.
can talk in general.
Okay. So CSE faculty is pretty good. And when I joined, they were decent, but they've become much better over the years because there have been
Okay.
some new faculty hires. And there is, for example, Professor Sandeep Sen, who was the HOD in IIT Delhi for some good amount of years, I believe. And he's now the director of engineering here, also teaches some CSD courses. There's Professor Saroj Kaushik, who was once again the head of the department CSE at IIT Delhi. She's here as the HOD of CSE at SNU now. There's Professor Harish Karnik, who's coming from IIT Kanpur. There's Snehasis Mukherjee, who's coming from IIT Sri City, Triple IIT Sri City. So over the last 2 or 3 years, we've seen a lot of new good faculty coming in, and they've improved what was already a good faculty set. So now we have a pretty good set of faculty, and I really enjoy studying under them.
Okay, that's great.
And like the existing faculty itself, like Professor Rajiv, Dolly Ma'am, all of them, they're quite great,
Okay.
and they're nice. And they're the one thing that I really like about SNU faculty. I forgot to mention this, is because that there are such few people in a class, by
Yeah.
they become very approachable, because
Okay.
they're not teaching like 500 students across in three
Yeah.
four classes. So they have time to talk to you. If you can just go walk
Yeah.
into their office, you can ask doubts, you can talk to them, you can, if you have some career guidance that you want,
Yeah.
or if you're looking for some opportunities, you can talk to them, you can seek their advice. They have connections, they can help you out. So there's always that personal connect that is there with the SNU faculty, and that's something that is not really present elsewhere.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. So now if we talk about the faculty in general, like apart from CSE, so uh,
Okay, so for the
yeah.
general faculty, I'd go one step forward and say that the SHSS faculty, the School of Humanities and Social Sciences,
Yeah.
is actually even better than
Okay.
CSE faculty. And there have been cases where people from CSE have taken sociology courses or IRG
Okay.
courses, international relations courses, and they've been so impressed and so enamored by the faculty that they've just shifted their major. So I
Okay.
haven't taken any courses personally, but from what I've heard, the faculty in the other schools is also really amazing, and in the other branches of engineering, like electrical engineering and
Yeah.
mechanical engineering, we have some very well-known and renowned professors who've come from different parts of the country and who are pioneers in their own fields, who are
Yeah.
teaching here. So
Yeah.
that's actually really good.
Yeah. Like we have
There
Professor
was a time,
Viswas.
there was a time in my first year when the CSE faculty, we used to find them good enough,
Yeah.
but on a relative scale, they were the worst in SNU.
Okay.
So, and now even they've become better, and the rest of the college has also become better. So overall, we have really good faculty.
Okay. So all in all, the this all everything is improving. So moving forward, how do you find the curriculum of SNU? Like as compared to the colleges which are other private or government colleges, like we have colleges in
Mhm.
UPTU and other private colleges like VIT or SRM. In comparison to
Oh,
those colleges, how do you find
actually,
the
I don't.
curriculum?
I don't think I know too much about the curriculum of other places.
Okay.
But the SNU curriculum, I feel, is decent enough. There is, I feel, is with most colleges is that they teach you a lot of skills, but there is a gap between what is taught in the industry, what is
Yeah.
required in the industry, and what is taught in college. And I
Basically, the
don't think,
practical and theoretical thing.
yeah, but I don't know if that can be taught. If I can think about things
Yeah.
that tools that I'm using in my internship, sometimes I feel that maybe I should have learned about this earlier. But those are tools. I don't
Yeah.
know if those need to be taught. Uh, but yeah, overall, it's pretty decent, the curriculum.
Okay. So
Maybe a few
that's
courses
the
here and
yeah.
there. I feel that there were some physics courses and all, which I don't really
Okay.
understand why I had to do in my first year.
Okay.
But the CS courses have been nice. Yeah.
Okay. So like
Oh,
that's
and
what
the best
they,
part,
yeah, yeah. Like that's what they say at SNU, that learning by doing is our motto.
yeah.
You learn
And
when you do things. Yeah.
yeah, a lot of my friends have done like a math minor on the side.
Okay.
So doing maths courses actually really helps you get an understanding of ML concepts,
Yeah.
especially. And because math and programming go hand in hand, and math and computer
Yeah.
science are really inseparable after a point. So that really helps. I myself have done an minor in economics, so
Okay.
got
Understood.
some understanding of the how the markets work, how the financial world works. So that's
Okay.
nice. You get a multidisciplinary experience. You're
Yeah.
not restricted to just CSE, and you can take what you feel like taking. If you want to do some history course, want to do some sociology, international
Yeah.
relations course, English course, whatever. So that's fun.
So like along with your major, you can also pursue a passion. Like if you have a passion for
Totally.
in, that's great.
Yeah.
And so, how is the like? Would you recommend SNU to a person who's into research or who wants to pursue research as a career? Like,
Oh yeah, 100%. Research is SNU's USP.
yes,
They really pride themselves, and actually, SNU is really geared towards research. And SNU has been recently declared as an institute of eminence,
yeah,
which the tag which only I think 6 or 7 colleges, universities in the entire country have. So that's a big thing, and that is
yeah,
because one of the major reasons for that is SNU's focus on research, and not just at the postgrad level or the PhD level. SNU offers things like what is called the OUR,
oh, you are,
opportunities
yeah,
for undergraduate research. So they encourage research from a very young stage, and they have uh, grants and allowances, and there's a lot of focus on research, I'd say. So if someone is interested in research,
yeah,
this is definitely the place to come.
okay, good.
Some of my friends who've had papers published in like well-established journals and conferences, and
Okay,
that is a big thing to have something like that against your name at such a young
yeah,
age. Yeah,
that's
that
yeah,
really
that's
helps with the if you want to go into MS or something like that. If you want, especially
yeah,
want to apply abroad, and if you have a public publication to your name, it's a big deal. And
yeah.
it's really hard to get elsewhere. But SNU has such focus on research; they really help you out. So that really
Okay.
is a big factor.
So can you tell us something about the infrastructure and hostels, like how the hostels and other facilities, what you have at SNU?
Okay, so we have 3 clusters of hostels right now, and the fourth one coming up. And so the hostels, I've been to some other colleges for some sports fest or some just like that, and after comparing them to SNE hostels, those are like in really bad shape, because
Okay.
we have I actually didn't realize it until I went outside that we have really
Yeah.
good hostels, and we have like clean bathrooms, and we have pantry on every floor, and so vending machines in each of the clusters. So then there's some on every floor you have a common room, and the
Okay.
common rooms have something different in every floor. So on one
Okay.
floor you'd probably have an air conditioned study room, and one floor you'd have a TV room. Another floor you might have a table tennis table, and some other floor you could have an air hockey table. So it's actually quite amazing. If you want, you can just spend your entire day in the hostel and still not get bored.
Yeah.
And in your first year, you have first 2 or 3 years, I think you're with a roommate, and in your fourth year, you get a solo room like I have right now.
Okay.
So it's it's good fun. So
So
yeah, and
and
apart from
yeah.
that, the I remember coming in 2016 at the open house I told you about,
Yeah.
and we were told, and we were even shown these labs in the research
Yeah.
block. So each of those labs apparently has equipment worth some lakhs and crores, and there are 40, 50 labs. And till date, I'm not really sure of what those fancy equipments do, because I'm not in natural sciences.
Yeah.
But I'm still completely amazed by what the kind of stuff that they have, and it's amazing for undergrad students to have access to such equipment at a young age, because that I am 100% sure is really hard to come by and probably not available anywhere in any undergrad course in the
Yeah,
country.
yeah, that's true. Like the labs and other facilities at SNU are like
Yes.
pretty good, I can say. Okay,
Even the CS labs are great.
okay, that's it. So, as you mentioned that you're too much into sports and you play many games, as you mentioned in your intro. So, how do you find the sports and other co-curricular activities at SNU?
Oh, sports is amazing. Fun fact, they've recently in the lockdown, they've built a 9-hole golf course at SNU. Maybe
Oh,
even you
that's
don't
it.
know about this,
No, no, I
but
also don't.
okay.
Yeah,
So they've, I mean, to have a golf course inside a university, it's unheard of.
yeah,
Who has that?
yeah,
And it's really good. It's not like they've built it just for the sake of it. It's
yeah.
actually a wonderful golf course, and they allow you to play for free. They'll give you all the equipment, they'll give you clubs, they'll give you balls.
Okay.
There's a person who will coach you. There are people who will help you find the balls once you hit them. There is
Oh,
the round the clock maintenance on the course, and it's probably the only place in the world where you can learn golf for free without
yeah,
bringing any
that's true.
equipment.
That's true.
And it's a really expensive sport. So,
Yeah,
and it's just a reflection of how
yeah,
SNU is really investing in their students. They are not trying to make money off them. They want to give us all that they can.
yeah,
So there is this indoor sports complex, which is phenomenal. I mean, the quality of the basketball courts inside, the squash courts, the badminton, the TT, the pool tables, everything is amazing. And you just go inside and you get lost for hours. You don't want to come out. Unfortunately, in COVID circumstances, you're kicked out after 1 hour. but
yeah.
but
So,
it's really great. The outdoor courts like the tennis courts and the outdoor basketball courts, volleyball courts, they're also really amazing. And it's just my last 2 months here, and I want to spend each and every moment just playing everything.
uh, it's great. Then, talking about the campus life, like what all fests and clubs these are there, and how do you like the campus life at SNU?
Okay. So we have this annual techno cultural sports fest called Breeze, and I think from next year they're going to separate out the sports fest from it. But Breeze is one hell of an extravaganza, man. It's one weekend, those 3 days that you wait for
Yeah,
the entire year, and they're completely worth it. It's like 72 hours of madness, and there are events running around the clock. There's sports, there's cultural events. There's people. There's a big stage where there's music and dance going on. There
yeah,
are events and food stalls and whatnot. So that's like the highlight of the
yeah.
cultural events. Then there are some intra fests. There is with nervousness I recall the annual ball, where you ask a partner out for the
Okay.
ball, and it's good fun. So
Okay.
there's that. And there are these periodic DJ nights which we used to
Yeah.
have in pre-COVID times. So then there'd be silent DJ nights, and we have Holi which is about to come. I don't think we'll be able to play this year, but they'd organize events for everything, and they would try to ensure that no culture or no region gets left out. um, for example, they'd have Onam celebrations, Pongal celebrations, and everything.
Okay.
So it's the culture on campus and the campus life is amazing. And I believe that some part of it is to do with the fact that it's a purely residential college, that
Yeah.
everyone stays here all the time. So they get completely immersed in this life, and they're not going back home every day. So it's like a whole community that just belongs and lives together.
Yeah.
And I actually have no words to describe it, that it's just phenomenal.
Yeah. So like you also get to grow as a person itself, like
Yes,
living
yes.
living with your friends and having those
Hmm.
amazing experiences which you mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
And you
great.
just forget to study, do everything else. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
2 days before the exams, you're in panic mode trying to do
yeah,
everything.
that's a pretty basic thing which happens everywhere, I guess.
Yeah. especially when you have table tennis on your floor right outside the room.
Yeah.
Who wants to study?
That's true. So as you're in CSE, so speaking about the coding culture, how do you feel that how is the coding culture at SNU?
The coding culture is good, but I strongly believe that there is room for improvement.
Okay.
Um, I think that may come from the fact that students at times lack some motivation,
Yeah.
because what happens in big colleges, by big colleges I mean which have more students,
Yeah.
abadi zyada hai, so they have a lot more people. So you'd find that you have like 500 people in one batch
Yeah.
of CSE. So by default, if 10% people are interested, you have 50 people
Yeah.
doing coding regularly, right? But what happens in our case, if you have just 50 people, even if the ratio is the same, then you have just 5 people who are
Five
doing coding.
people. Yeah.
And then suddenly it seems as if ke yaar, ye kam hai. So I
Yeah.
think that's the problem. And but it's become much better. When I was in my first year, there wasn't much coding culture, but then they've started clubs like ACM
Yeah.
and Google DSC, Developer Student Club. So the development culture is becoming much stronger,
Okay.
and the competitive coding culture is picking up gradually, I'd say.
Okay. Okay. So like it's improving, like, and
Yes, yes.
okay, okay. And so now coming to the main thing because of which people take up CSE, like talking about the so do companies come for internships at the end of third year and at the end of second year? So do companies come
Yeah,
to campus
yeah,
for
yeah.
internships?
Yes.
And
So,
okay,
no, not at the end of second year, end of third year.
yeah,
They come at the beginning of the third
big-
year and the
okay,
beginning of the fourth year.
okay,
So, at the, I mean, they come in the entire semester actually. You have two
okay,
semesters, right? The monsoon
yeah,
semester and the spring semester. So, for the entirety of the monsoon semester, you have companies coming in, which
okay,
is from August to December.
December,
It starts with companies like Goldman Sachs, and sometimes you have Amazon and all coming in. And
okay,
then there are a host of companies that come, like there's Adobe, what do you pronounce it,
Adobe,
Adobe.
yeah.
There's Dell. There are
So all these companies come for internships or
so
placements.
for most of them come for fourth year internships or fourth year jobs.
Okay,
So there are two parts to this. A lot of
yeah,
companies come, and after fourth year they offer you an internship, and
okay,
that internship can either be performance based. If you do well, then you get a PPO, or it can be like in my case from Goldman Sachs. I got an internship plus a job offer, and the
okay,
job offer is unconditional. It doesn't depend on my performance.
okay,
So there are two kinds of offers that you can get. One is like the performance based, and one is the unconditional offer. And for third years, they will only come for internship.
internship.
So for the summer internship, which is 1.5 to 2 months long, and most of them have a PPO linked offer at the end if you do well.
Okay,
So for example, Goldman Sachs also comes at the beginning of third year to hire people for summer internships at the end of their third year. So for
okay,
2 months you work with them. If you're able to do well, like five of my classmates did well, so they got direct offers to join them after their degree is
okay,
done.
okay. Right at
Right?
the end of third year, they have a job opportunity in their hands. Like
Yes,
after,
yes.
oh,
Yeah. So so that's the fun part. You have 1 year of college left, and you
yeah,
already have that security
have
that
it.
1 year later I will be joining a fantastic firm.
Yeah,
Yeah. And even Dell does that, and a lot of other companies do that. There's Direct Eye, there's Coordination, there's Morgan Stanley coming in. So there are like 50 companies which come every year
okay.
for just CSE people, I would say, over the entire semester. They don't come like in one group, but they
Yeah,
come
yeah,
scattered along the
yeah.
semester.
Okay. And
And the
so,
packages
yeah,
range from um, anywhere between 5 lakhs to all the way up to 31 lakhs or something.
okay.
Yeah,
So,
so there's a
like,
big range.
yeah. So, like talking about the placements only, which you mentioned. So, What is the median, or I would say like the average CTC which is offered?
For CSE, I think the average is, I'd say the average is about 10, 11 or so
Okay,
in
for
our batch
CSE.
at least. Yeah, I
Okay,
mean, I'm just doing some calculation in my head. I don't know if that's the accurate figure or not.
okay.
Uh, yeah,
And as you mentioned, the highest packages 30, like around 30, 31 lakhs.
yeah,
Average CTC,
31.
like the
That's
highest
from,
CTC. Yeah.
yes, that's from Google. Oh, I forgot to
Google.
mention Google is also there.
Okay. So, and how many companies come for placements? Like you mentioned, over 50 companies come for internships.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Oh, no,
like
no, no. Those
on,
50, 60
okay,
companies are there for placements.
placements.
For
Okay.
third year internships, you have maybe about 15 to 20 companies.
Okay. So,
Yeah. So
like,
the number is much smaller there, and that's
yeah,
not surprising because very few companies hire third year interns for some reason.
yeah, that's true. So, like, we have around 50 companies coming for placements, and then we have
Yes.
some
Once again,
50
those are
companies.
numbers from the top of my head. I'm
Yeah,
not sure
yeah,
if they're fully
like
accurate.
just an approximate figure it is,
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah,
exact.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely not exact figure.
And the roles are not just fixed. It's not like you
Okay.
have people coming only for software development,
Yeah.
only for web development. You have Android development, you have web development, you have data analytics, you have machine learning engineer, and there could also be business side roles like you become a
Okay.
business analyst where
Yeah.
you're working lesser with technology and more with business insights and things like that.
Yeah.
So for that there are companies like McKinsey and I forgot the other names.
Okay. So like there you have a variety of roles to choose from.
Yes, yes. So it's not like you have to acquire one particular skill set.
Yeah.
If you're good at any particular field, you will
Yeah.
find some company who wants you. Is the bottom line? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's good. So as you talked about the minor, which you mentioned that you have done a minor in economics.
Yeah.
So, is it something offered at SNU only? Like, can we say that it is a USP of SNU? Just like we mentioned that one of the USPs of SNU is OUR, that is the research
Mhm.
project, which they allow you to take up from your second year.
Hmm.
So, can we say that the
Yes.
that minor is also one of the USPs of SNU?
I wouldn't say that the minor is the USP. I would say that the multidisciplinary
Hmm.
curriculum is the
Okay.
USP of SNU, because doing a minor is your choice.
Yeah.
You have to do a certain number of university-wide electives, and if you focus or concentrate all of them in one particular department, then you can probably do a minor in whichever field you
Okay.
like, English or
Yeah.
communication or design or whatever. But you can also do like a mixed bag. No, you do one course in maths which you enjoy, then you
Yeah.
want to do something related to stock market, so you do one course of financial analytics. Then you
Okay.
want to do one course of design, so you do something in design. One course of communication, you want to learn about cinema, you do
Yeah.
that. So that is the USP, that you're able to
Okay.
do a lot more other than your major. And if you want, you can convert all of them, club all of them together, do it in one department, and get a minor degree, which is
Okay.
mentioned on your degree certificate, that so and so person has a
Yeah.
major in CSE along with a minor in XYZ. So that is
Okay.
probably holds some weight when you show it somewhere.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So like you get a minor degree also if you complete
Yes,
the specified
yes,
credits from that.
and for no
Uh,
extra cost.
yeah, that's something important to be mentioned. Coming to the last question, the main drawback, like not the drawback, I would say, but the main question which comes to the minds of people, like when I was taking admission at SNU, it was like I had the same question that the location is not really good.
Hmm.
So like most of the people say that no, the location, like the college is situated at a very remote location, so there you'll have problems commuting, like whenever you want to go home. So are there any facilities provided by the university to counter that thing, like so that you don't face any difficulties going back home at
Okay,
weekends or whenever you want?
okay. Okay. So there are multiple parts to this answer.
Yeah,
The first thing is to understand why it's in a remote location.
yeah,
So SNU is huge. The campus, without, I mean, there are no words for it. It's 286 acres big. And for those who understand sizes, they will understand that that is massive.
Yeah.
And that kind of land you're unable to find in urban areas, right? So
Yeah.
you have to go into suburbs and
Right.
outskirts of the town.
Yeah.
So that is why we are in sort of a remote location.
Yeah.
And when I joined, it was almost, it seemed as if you have to go through some villages to get to SNU.
Yeah.
But by now, 4 years later, the metro has come much closer. The metro is just half an hour away from here.
Okay.
There is the Eastern Peripheral Expressway, which
Yeah.
comes directly almost to campus. So
Okay.
it's become a lot more connected.
Okay.
Going back to what the admin does to help you get to the
Yeah.
hubs, to get to the metro station. So they have on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, morning and evening, they have shuttles running, which run at a nominal cost, and you can just book your ticket in that, and they'll drop you from inside the campus to, let's say, this Noida Sector 16 metro station or
Okay.
to Mall of India or whatever,
Sure.
and at a fixed time they will bring you back.
Okay.
Apart from that, earlier it was hard to get Ola and Uber on campus. Now it's
Yeah.
become much easier. Now even Zomato and Swiggy have started delivering slowly. So
Okay.
those are good signs, that because the urban area is spreading towards us, we are
Yeah.
slowly becoming more included in campus. And
Okay.
because it's a residential campus and people don't go home every day, and a lot of people come from like thousands of kilometers away. There are
Yeah.
people from the south, there are people from Nepal, there are people from everywhere. Those people can't even go home on
Yeah.
weekends, right? So what they try to encourage is a living culture on campus.
Yeah.
So essentially, there is everything on campus. You don't need to go out,
Okay.
and there is a shopping arcade also on campus.
Okay.
Uh,
That's it.
it's just been built over the lockdown. They are
Okay.
building in the process of building a bigger movie theater and things like that.
Oh, that's
So
it.
yeah, there is a horse riding area on campus by now. So
Oh,
yeah, what do you want to go out for
yeah.
is the question. And if you do
Yeah.
want to go out, it's become a lot more connected. You get cabs, you get admin support for going out,
Yeah.
and it's very well regulated. You have to apply on a portal, so it's safe, and they keep
Yeah.
track of who's gone out, who's come in case something happens, so they can call you or things like
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
So yeah.
So, and one another important thing that people want to know about is the library. Like, how's the library at SNU? Because
Oh yeah, we missed that.
yeah,
So uh, library is like the hub of all activity. And when freshers come in, they spend their entire time in the library
yeah,
because they're just so enamored by it. And also because when we were freshers, that was the only place where you could go and chill, which had AC. Right now, our rooms have AC.
okay,
So
yeah,
but the library is great. It's spread over 2 or 3 floors, and
okay,
there's a library portal on which you can log on and search for books and figure out on what shelf you want the book,
okay,
or what shelf the book that you want is. You can issue 4 books at a time. You can just sit in the library. There are closed study rooms where you can either study, have meetings, have discussions, have video calls. Uh,
okay,
so it's actually a great space. We have interviews and all also inside the library itself when the placement processes happen.
okay,
So there are giant rows and rows of books for course material. I actually haven't bought even, maybe I've bought just 1 or 2 books in my entire 4 years.
oh,
Rest
okay,
everything is available in the library or
yeah,
online PDFs. Uh, so there are fiction books also, and there is a cafe inside the library where you can go and munch on
okay,
something if you want to.
yeah,
There is a 24/7 study room attached to the library, which is,
okay,
I mean, as the name suggests, it's open all day long on
yeah,
all weekend as well. There is a bag deposit facility where you can keep your things for safekeeping. So yeah, library is good.
that's like that. I really like the 24/7 study room thing because you can anytime go there and sit with your friends and discuss the doubts like in the exam
Yeah.
days.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's what. No, we procrastinate all year long, and just before the exams, we use a
yeah,
24/7 study
yeah,
room.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay. So this brings us the end of our discussion, and it was a wonderful interaction with you, Kabir. Thank you so much for joining in.
Thank
And
you for having me. It was fun.
yeah, it was a wonderful session. And thank you for watching the video. If you like the video, then do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.